Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Cleveland Browns franchise. I'm your host, Husker Eurocat, and today the Brownies visit Hard Rock Stadium to play the Miami Dolphins. In our last episode, the Browns had a score fest. Well, for the first half anyway, with their cross-state rivals, the Cincinnati Bengals. The passing attack of the Browns prevailed, though, as Brashad Perriman had a record-setting 398 yards receiving and a measly 5 touchdown catches. The undrafted rookie that everyone has had eyes on, free safety Josh Jones, had an outstanding first game with the Browns, with 6 tackles and, more importantly for a safety, no catches allowed. He did miss a couple of key tackles, but adapted very well in the middle of the season against a key AFC North rival. This week, we're in Hard Rock Stadium to take on the Fins. Although the sports writers are saying that this shouldn't be a close game, given the season that Miami is having, they have some very talented weapons in Jarvis Landry, Devontae Parker, and Kenny Stills. All the rookie Matt Mahomes needs to do is get the ball to him. The Browns D, though, if at all possible, would like to squash those ideas. The Fins win the toss and receive the kick to start out the football game. And from the 25-yard line, the give is to Lamar Miller up the middle, and he gets 4 yards. With Miller alone in the backfield, he gets the ball, and he gets crunched by Barkevious Mingo in the backfield. 3rd and 9. Can it be picked up? Parker catches the ball, and he doesn't get the first down. Now the Browns get a chance. 2nd and 8. Turbin in the backfield, and the pass goes out of the backfield to him, and it's a first down. From the 44-yard line of the Dolphins, the pass goes to Gary Barnidge, and he's out of bounds at the 25. 2nd and 11. Stafford hands off to Johnson running the left side, and it's a first down, 10 inside the 10-yard line down to the 6. Corey Graham injured his elbow, and we'll have to find out how that injury will affect the Dolphins. On a counter play, the handoff is to Robert Turbin, and he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. If we take a look at the replay, we see contact is made about the 5-yard line, and he powers his way through 3 tackles and into the end zone for the first score of the afternoon. That makes it 7-0, and from the 25-yard line, the Dolphins have an empty backfield. Mahomes goes back to pass, and it's complete for a first down to Jarvis Landry. Now on 2nd and 10, Mahomes goes back to pass again, and it's intercepted by Barkevious Mingo, and looks like he's going all the way. Touchdown, Cleveland. It looks like Mahomes was looking for Devontae Parker over the middle, and it gets picked off and taken to the house. And that makes it 14-0 Cleveland. Now on first down from the 25, Lamar Miller gets the call, and he's up the middle for a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4. The give is to Miller again, and he gets almost enough for the first down. 3rd and inches with an empty backfield. Mahomes passes short to the left side, and Chandler makes the grab. 2nd and 10 now. From the 43, Miller up the middle, and he has a nice 5-yard gain. 3rd and 5, and they extend this drive. A long pass, and it's incomplete, intended for Devontae Parker. That gives the ball back to the Browns. And on 2nd and 7, Stafford hands off to Duke Johnson. He's around the left side. First down, Browns. At the 36.5. Stafford goes back to pass, and it's not. It's incomplete, intended for Travis Benjamin. On third down, Stafford rolls to his left and completely overthrows Jack Doyle. That brings on Andy Lee to try and pin the Dolphins deep. Can he do it? He's out of bounds inside the 10-yard line at the 6. Miller is the lone back, and Mahomes is going to pass, and he connects with Jarvis Landry past the 10-yard line. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 is your score. The Browns on top. 2nd and 8 now. Mahomes hands off to Miller, and he gets a first down out to the 19-yard line. Now Spikes setting up for the blitz. Mahomes back to pass and completes it to Parker at the 25. Third down conversion coming up. Mahomes gives it to Miller, and he gets the first down out to the 30-yard line. Now on 2nd and 8. Ajayi gets the ball over the left side, and he has the first down and a little more out to the 44-yard line. 2nd and 7 now. Miller takes the ball up the middle for a 7-yard gain, but is just shy of the first down. So it's inches to go. Mahomes back to pass and completes it to Richie Brockle, and he's out of bounds just outside the 35. 1st and 10 though, and Ajayi gets taken down in the backfield by Brandon Spikes. 3rd and 12, pass coming up. Landry doesn't get the first down, only gets the 29, and that brings on Andrew Franks for a 47-yarder, and he pulls it left. No good. So the Browns take over 14-0. Stafford goes back to pass, and it's complete to Perriman inside Dolphin territory at the 45. Now Stafford pitches back to Duke Johnson, and he gets out of the backfield for a nice gain of 6 yards. 2nd and 4, and Stafford is sacked. Jelani Jenkins gets him for an 8-yard loss. Now out of the shotgun, Stafford throws incomplete, intended for Josh Gordon. That gives the ball back to the Dolphins. Holmes passes over the middle, and it is dislodged by Carlos Dansby. It's 3rd and 7 now. Mahomes back to pass again and completes it to Matthews over the middle, but he does not reach the sticks. And that brings us down to the 2-minute warning with your score 14-0 Cleveland. Now on 1st and 10 for the Browns from the 37-yard line. Stafford back to pass and completes it to Barnage. Barnage is down and hurt, injured his shoulder on the play. We'll have to find out how that will impact the Browns as well. On 2nd and inches, Stafford takes a huge step backwards, runs for the first down, and he fumbled the football, and it's recovered, and they spot the ball up at the 49 for a first down. Somebody kike the ball quick. Stafford to Perriman to the 40-yard line. Another first down for the Browns. Stafford goes back to pass, and he gets sacked by a blitzing Louis Delmas. 2nd and 15, Stafford goes long, and it's complete to Perriman inside the 5-yard line. From the 3, 1st and goal, Johnson is stopped dead in his tracks on 2nd and goal. Stafford goes back to pass, rolls to his right, and completes it to Barnage in the end zone. It's just pretty when you see Stafford wait for Barnage to get open and hits him in the back of the end zone. With 15 seconds left, and from the 25-yard line, the Dolphins get another chance, and it's intercepted by J-Ron Hosley, and back inside the 10-yard line. First and goal for the Browns. 8 seconds left, and they go for a pass out of the backfield, and with no timeouts, time expires, and they miss out on the opportunity to get a field goal. 21-0, though, is your score at the end of 2. Well, the Browns are proving the case for the sports writers. A 21-point halftime lead is a little better than what was expected, so let's hope the defense keeps the hammer down in the second half. If it weren't for the bad clock management at the end of the first half by the Browns, it could be a 24-zip game right now. Neither team has gained lights-out yardage here in the first half, so let's see if they can be corrected as the game goes on. Welcome back to Hard Rock Stadium for our second half coverage of the Miami Dolphins playing host to the Cleveland Browns. It's been all Browns in the first half, so let's see if that trend continues or not here in the second. First, though, let's have a coach report from our sideline reporter, Eurocat Baby.
Coach Gase told me that although the Dolphins are down in the game, he feels good about some changes that they made to the line on both sides of the ball. He knows that it would be a long climb, but if those changes make a difference in how they are playing, then we could see a different team in the second half. He also told me that the free safety starter, Corey Graham, is out for a number of games with a broken elbow in his left arm. He has confidence, though, in his backup, Walt Aikens' ability to get the job done. Coach Bettini said that he feels good about his team and the way they're performing, and as long as they continue to execute well in the second half and don't have a letdown, they should be able to go home with a win.
I should say he feels good. With a 21-point lead, it's hard not to. The Browns start out the second half with the ball, and Stafford hands off to Duke Johnson, and he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 11 now. Stafford goes back to pass, throws it up into a crowd, and almost gets it intercepted. 1st and 10 for the Fins. Mahomes goes back to pass, completes it to Jarvis Landry with a spin, gets it down to the 45 of the Browns. 1st and 10. Mahomes back to pass again, and he gets nailed in the backfield by J-Ron Hosley. 2nd and 13. And he passes to Devontae Parker out of bounds at the 37-yard line. 2 yards to go for the first down. And Mahomes goes back to pass, and it's complete to Kenny Stills at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. Mahomes pitches it back to Lamar Miller, and he gets to the just outside the 10. 3rd and 3. And it's intercepted by Josh Jones. The undrafted rookie snags one in the end zone and out to the 10-yard line, putting an end to that Dolphins drive. Now Stafford and company take over. And the give is to Turbin, and he doesn't get out of the backfield and hit extremely hard. 2nd and 11. Stafford goes back to pass again, and it's intercepted. Bryce McCain takes it back all the way for a Dolphins touchdown. Stafford had to be throwing what he thought was a spot pass because Perriman sure wasn't open. And all the way back for a touchdown goes Bryce McCain. After a quick 3 and out by the Browns, it's Lamar Miller up the middle for a 4-yard gain. Now with Miller alone in the backfield, he gets the ball again and up the middle for a first down to the 38-yard line. Now out of the I, Mahomes gives to Ajayi, and he has a gain over the 40. Third down conversion here. 5 yards to go, and they give it to Damian Williams, and he doesn't get out of the backfield. With the ball back in the hands of the Browns, Stafford goes back to pass and hits Jack Doyle over the 40-yard line. And that brings us to the end of 3 with your score, 21-7, Cleveland. 2nd and 10 now. Stafford goes back to pass, rolls right, hits Johnson out of the backfield. Nice stiff arm, and is finally tackled at the 36. 2nd and 8. Stafford gives to Duke Johnson, running tough over the left side and gets to the 30-yard line. 3rd and 4. Stafford back to pass, and he's sacked. Quentin Coples fights through 2 to get to that one. That brings out Kaimi Fairbairn for a 55-yard field goal, and it's up and good. 24-7. And it looks like the Browns are well in control of this game. Miller gets out to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 2. Mahomes passes to Parker for the first down past the 30-yard line. From the 32, Mahomes hands off to Miller, and he's up the middle for a nice 8-yard pickup. 2 yards to go for the first down. Mahomes throws complete to Parker over the 50-yard line. 2nd and 9 now. Mahomes has all day to throw and is almost intercepted by Christian Kirksey. 3rd and 9. Mahomes back to pass. Finds Kenny Stills on a wide receiver screen, and he is tackled before he gets the first down. 4th and 5. Mahomes back to pass, and he completes it to Matthews inside the 30-yard line. The Dolphins putting together a drive here. Mahomes passes again, and it's complete to Miller inside the 20s. 2nd and 2. Mahomes passes complete to Chandler inside the 15-yard line. On 3rd and 10, Mahomes goes back, and he is sacked by Vernon Hargreaves. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning with your score 24-7. Cleveland is on top. Now let's go to a sideline report from Eurocat Baby.
There are some pretty serious looks here on the Browns sideline. They're really concerned that they only have been able to put 3 points on the board here in the second half. And with the Dolphins driving for another score, some are worried. They still have the second-string defense in the game, so they may be changing. Question is, can the Finns come back from 17 down with only 2 minutes left in the game?
Yeah, I'm questioning that second-string defense as well, but you have to remember they are up by 17 points. And now from the 16-yard line, it's 4th and 13. Mahomes back to pass, gets it away, complete to Devontae Parker in the end zone for a touchdown. Wow. That was short, only at the 11-yard line, and Devontae Parker made up the rest, fighting his way into the end zone for the score. The Dolphins try an onside kick, and it's recovered by Dante Whitner. 1st and 10, Stafford hands off to Duke Johnson, and he's up the middle. He fumbled that at the end, but it was recovered by Bashad Perriman. 2nd and 4, and Turbin doesn't get out of the backfield. Stafford from the eye gives to Duke Johnson, and he doesn't get out of the backfield. That gives the Dolphins another chance. From the 20-yard line, Mahomes passes to Chandler, and he has a huge gain into Brown territory at the 46. And Jaquian Williams is down and injured. The second string still in for the Browns. Mahomes goes back to pass, and he's sacked back at the 50-yard line. Darryl Sharpton getting to him on that one. And on 2nd and 14, Holmes goes back to pass, has plenty of protection, and completes it to Parker inside the 15 of the Browns. 2nd and 10, and Kenny Stills gets it down to the 2 to make it 1st and goal Dolphins. And they take a timeout. With 19 seconds left, Mahomes gives to Miller, and he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. In the hurry-up offense, 2nd and goal, 11 seconds, 10, 9, Mahomes back to pass and completes it to Parker in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Garrett just wasn't tall enough to get to that one. And the Dolphins try an onside kick, and Robert Turbin gets it back to the 40-yard line. And there is where just a kneel down will seal the game. 24-21, the Cleveland Browns escape with a victory. What a comeback for the Dolphins here in the second half. And I'm still trying to understand some of the decisions that the coaching staff of the Browns made coming down the stretch. But at least the Brownies escaped Miami with a win to stay undefeated. The Dolphins' defense stopped the Browns cold in the second half, allowing only 38 yards of offense. It took a 55-yard field goal by Kaimi Fairbairn that put them on top 24-7, for the moment anyway, to get the lead that the Browns needed for the victory. The Dolphins took complete control of the game with just over 7 minutes left and almost came away with a win. This just seemed to be a game where bad decisions were around every corner for the Browns. Whether it was bad clock management, bad personnel choices, or bad execution, the Browns are fortunate to come out of this one with a win and have a lot of work to do before their next game. Matt Stafford had a dismal 43% complete for 152 yards in the air, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, and a fumble. Not lost, but a fumble nonetheless. Duke Johnson almost crossed the half-century mark for yardage gained and failed to have a real impact on the game. Perriman, although not a stellar day, was able to catch 3 passes for an average of over 20 yards per catch. Nothing to write home about, but at least he was able to give a team effort today. When it comes to the defense, it was the day of the kids. Vernon Hargreaves had the most tackles in the game, with the undrafted rookie Josh Jones again having an outstanding day with 5 tackles and an interception returned for 11 yards that happened to be a touchdown saver. It doesn't help anything that Stafford threw a pick 6 just 2 plays later. I'm still trying to figure out where he thought that pass was going to. Pittsburgh ball hurler Ben Roethlisberger, a foe that Cleveland has yet to face this season, has won the Offensive Player of the Week award. And Dallas right outside linebacker Sean Lee, with 9 tackles, 1 sack, and a 25-yard pick 6, wins the award for Defensive Player of the Week. The Browns return home for their next game against the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are having one of those seasons where nothing much is coming together for them. They've lost 5 in a row, and their last 6 games don't hold out much promise of anything better for them. This goes to show that you need a whole lot more than a really good quarterback and a smattering of outstanding players to be successful in the NFL. The Titans do have talent at some positions, but need lots of help if they're going to return to Super Bowl contenders. The trick for this game is, well, keeping the Browns focused enough not to look past this game to their away game in Pittsburgh just a week later. Keep in mind that if you enjoyed this video, leave a like so that others can enjoy it as well. And if you would like to be notified when there is a new one, subscribe by clicking on my icon at the end of the video. It's been our pleasure to bring you coverage of the Miami Dolphins hosting the Cleveland Browns in Hard Rock Stadium. And be with us next week when the Brownies will be back home in First Energy Stadium to face the Tennessee Titans. Until then, for Eurocat Baby, I'm Husker Eurocat saying so long for now, and have a good day, everyone.